Hey guys, so today we are back with another Royal High in Roblox. So yesterday I played Royal High and I got in these clothes. Look how cute they are. Guys, look how cute I am. Look at my eyes. I'm cute.
To help protect my identity and my devices.
Why not have that added layer of protection so that you can sleep well at night?
Join now and use promo code MyPromo to save 25% off your first year. All Norton 360 with LifeLock memberships include LifeLock Identity Theft Protection, backed by our $1 million protection package, and U.S.-based restoration specialists who will work to fix problems. Award-winning Norton device security for multiple devices. A VPN for online privacy, securing your connections whether you're on public Wi-Fi or at home, and more.
You never know where cyber threats are lurking these days. Don't wait to become a victim. Here's how to join.
New Norton 360 with LifeLock. Call 1-800-508-8091 or visit lifelock.com/mypromo. Use promo code MyPromo to save 25% off your first year and get a free shredder with annual membership. Call now.
I like to go first, but yeah, I'm not really swimming, so.
Am I too old to start skateboarding?
Time breakfast.
Twizzlers. We got one of those new purple mattresses, and it is amazing. You have to try it.
Oh, this doesn't feel like memory foam.
No,
This feels amazing.
right? What is it?
Cookie.
Actually, it's called Purple, and it's a completely unique comfort technology, meticulously designed to cradle and support the human body.
Watermelon?
Cool.
Pizza?
For a limited time, choose a free Purple product with mattress purchase at purple.com/TV.
Mucinex and cold and flu all in one. Fight.
Oh, no.
Sore throat, fever, cough, sinus pressure, chest congestion, nasal and body pain all in one. Did you really need the caps lock? Mucinex, cold and flu.
I have no idea what happens at 5. Oh. That just reminded me I need
When human
longer.
blood was discovered inside the Galliano bottle in Sam Freeman's
this one.
apartment, investigators suspected he was responsible
This
for Laura
one.
Wynn's murder.
Okay, now
According to witnesses, Sam Freeman and Laura Wynn
gonna
argued
go
on the night of the
upstairs.
murder.
Oh,
Laura accused Sam of hustling some young boys in a game of pool.
breakfast.
Afterwards, Freeman had a few more drinks and asked the bartender if he could have the empty Galliano bottle for his collection.
Bacon,
At
eggs, and
10:45,
sausage
the
with
bartender announced that it was the last call for drinks because the bar was closing at 11 p.m.
I really do not
According
know
to
how to say
witnesses,
that.
that's when Sam Freeman left the bar with the Galliano bottle, since he knew Laura would have to leave at closing time. Laura lived only a short distance from the bar, and when she got home around 11:15, prosecutors believe that it was Freeman who forced her
Where's my phone?
inside
There
and
it
struck her
is.
in the
Now
head
time to
with the
go
Galliano
eat.
bottle.
I wanna
He then
eat
took her into the
I wanna
bedroom,
eat over
assaulted her, then strangled her to death with her own
I
stocking.
can't. Man. Go back to my spot.
The evidence suggests he used a tissue to blow his nose, but left it near Laura's body. He then stole some items and fled. That was the prosecution theory anyway. The problem was they had little in the way of
Now to
forensic
go
evidence.
find myself a
I'm a worrier.
dorm.
Everybody that knows me will tell you I worry about every single case. I never am a prosecutor who walks in and says this is a sure thing, slam dunk.
So investigators wanted to know whether any of the evidence contained DNA that was too small to be tested when the crime occurred 12 years earlier.
There has to be some type of skin cells embedded in these nylons unless the suspect wore gloves.
The knot was chosen as part of the DNA analysis because I thought that there could be a chance that he could have touched the knot while he was tying the knot.
DNA specialist Jason Wyckoff swabbed the stocking, looking for any of those skin cells. The swabs were treated with a solvent to free possible DNA, and then replicated so the sample was large enough for DNA testing. Just as they suspected, they found a DNA sample.
I noticed that the profile was characteristic of a mixture of at least 2 individuals, and the mixture had male and female gender characteristics.
The female DNA was that of Laura Wynn. The source of the male's DNA was not yet known. Wyckoff analyzed the paper tissue found underneath Laura's body with an alternative light source, which revealed a bodily fluid, possibly mucus.
Oh, right. What's wrong?
He then cut a tiny piece of tissue and put it into a detergent that dissolved everything but the complex molecules. A PCR DNA analysis once again provided useful information.
The majority of the DNA appeared to have male gender characteristics.
The last step was to collect a DNA sample from Sam Freeman.
When we first informed Mr. Freeman of why we were there and who we were, it was like at that instance he had just went into shock. I had a shocked look on his face. His demeanor totally changed. That I couldn't describe, only other as maybe the face of fear.
Before taking his DNA sample, investigators asked Freeman if he had ever been inside Laura Wynn's apartment.
Did you ever date her? Had you ever had sex with her?
Do anything.
Had you ever kissed her? Did you know where she lived? He stated no, no, no to all these questions.
But the DNA from Sam Freeman's saliva sample matched the skin cells on the ligature and the mucus on the tissue.
I would expect the profile from the tissue that had male gender characteristics to show up once in every 6.131 quadrillion people tested in the Caucasian population.
The only way possible that Sam Freeman's DNA could have been at the scene in the home was the fact that Sam Freeman was there and was the killer.
After 12 long years, in September of 2005, Sam Freeman was arrested and charged with Laura Wynn's murder. Prosecutors believed the motive was clear.
Here she is, this woman, small woman, dressing him down in front of all these guys. And here he is, Mr. Military, Mr. Macho Man. He wasn't going to put up with it. I think he was embarrassed, humiliated, rejected, spurned, and that this was a crime of power and control, and he got the ultimate last say with Laura Wynn with this crime.
During the trial, Freeman's defense attorney pointed to the 2 foreign hairs in Laura's apartment as proof that someone else killed Laura, and also reminded the jury that the eyewitness's description didn't match Freeman either.
I mean, they argued reasonable doubt, which was a smart argument to make.
Next.
But prosecutors maintained that the DNA evidence was concrete proof.
Put my book away.
I think what happened here was that Sam Freeman didn't realize in 1992 he could leave a piece of himself at the scene other than semen, blood, or fingerprints. But he did.
Guys, look at that dress.
In September of 2006,
that's pretty.
the jury found
Even
Sam
her hair
Freeman
is
guilty of first-degree murder. He was sentenced to life in prison without parole.
I want people to have hope and never give up on justice, that someday it'll come about.
If it had not been for the proper collection and preservation, it doesn't matter how much someone does 13, 14 years later in an investigation. If you don't have the evidence, you don't have a case.
This program is based upon a true story and contains reenactments. Portions of this
milk. No. Can't do it.
Because of the too bitter rock.
Yeah, it does as we should.
not good. You've seen how she uses people.
Okay, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and get changed for
takes a look at
PE.
what one community is doing to take drugs out of homes. Stay with us.
dress up.
The south of Toledo Bend, where
My hair's fine.
So she struggles.
PE that I'm worried about this one.
And you have family to do this with, huh?
I do. I've been married to my lovely wife Rose for 31 years, and we have 3 wonderful, if not yet fully emancipated children. Keith, 28,
PE.
Travis, 24, and Amanda, 22.
These things take longer.
No,
Rutgers grad? Originally from Brooklyn?
Originally from Brooklyn, and season ticket holder. I'd like to give a shout out to my Rutgers tailgate crew, including my father, Chick. Go Scarlet Knights.
Okay, we're through with you now.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello there.
Amy Tompkins, Jurupa Valley, California. I thought I knew everything. I don't know where.
7'3" inches.
Her older sons had a Boy Scout meeting that night. Diane's other children, 5-year-old Sage and 13-year-old Heather, wanted to stay home.
Heather didn't want to go and hang out with all those crazy boys, and so she asked if she could babysit that night. And so we said, sure, fine, whatever. And we took off and went to the Cub Scout meeting.
Heather had taken babysitting classes, so Diane had no qualms about leaving her in charge. Later that night, Diane called home to check in.
I guess it was right before 8:30, and I heard the TV on in the background, and I said, so, what's going on? And she goes, oh, Mom, I just let him stay up a little bit. I'll put him to bed.
Diane and the 2 boys returned home around 10 o'clock. The house was dark, and for some reason, the front door was unlocked. She assumed Heather and Sage were asleep. Sage was in bed, but Heather was not.
She was so little, and she had such a big fluffy comforter that I just figured she was under the comforter. So I said, look, go look again. So he goes and looks again and comes back and he goes, no, she's not in there. So I went and looked and she wasn't in there, and then that's when it all fell apart.
Diane and her children searched the house and their 5-acre property. They found no sign of Heather.
What?
So Diane called
Reconnect.
police.
And they said, well, 98% of these calls turn out to be runaways. And I just said,
Reconnect.
oh, well,
Reconnect. Reconnect.
When investigators arrived, they
There
found
we
the
go.
property full of friends and relatives. For forensic technicians,
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here, so I will see you guys in the next
Pretty much everything, anything that could be touched has been touched.
Until then,
Impressions,
I
tracks, anything at all
will
that
be
might
going.
be unusual is more difficult to identify.
Maybe I'll even
there was no apparent
do this when
sign of
I'm
forced entry
down
or
at the
foul
lake
play, or
fishing.
even of a struggle.
So I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.